Yeah, hello and welcome to the first episode. And here you can see how I draw the island with a grid on the tropical map. And don't you worry, sounds like little bit noisy, but I have the man flu, but I'm feeling fine. Don't you worry. Yeah, I would say this episode is not the first episode. It's a pre-build, and so I released this short episode on this weekend, and you have a better impression from a new and a short project, what I have planned. We all already know the trick here with the grid, and I looked for a very good map from the Nublar for a long time because most of the maps from the Nublar are already partly different, and so I decided on a map from 2015 with the movie shape. And after I'm done, I placed the water around the island shape and deleted the grid. I try to draw the island in large size, but not too big. But it's important to still have enough water around it so that you get that island effect. Many people from Evolution Square certainly know this mini Nublar project, but I don't want to copy her project, but rather create a mini version from 2015, not one-to-one, but as close to the original as possible, and with the most important things we saw in the movie. There's also no one-to-one recreation of what it looked like in the movie, because unfortunately that is not possible. I'm missing a lot of items and objects for that, but I think you would like it. Yeah, I know some people find it this kind of recreation boring, and actually I feel the same way. I have personally built so many recreations for myself in the last 2 years. That's why I find the challenge of recreating on a mini island quite interesting. Then I adapt the surrounding landscape, and I'm designing also the coast a bit, and want the border from the map to look as natural as possible. Now I'm drawing the landscape and used many pictures as possible as template, but I will realize later in the process that unfortunately I have to change the landscape again. But for the start, I wanted it looked like a topographical map of Isla Nublar. Later I realized that the island is no longer as big I have thought, and that will be an interesting challenge to accommodate all the important places on this island. For example, here we have the area with the river ride and the aviary location. I'm going to have to delete some of this mountain ridge later in the process, so I have a little bit more space for the dinosaurs, but more on that later in the next episodes. And yeah. If I leave the island as flat as possible, of course, then I have a lot more space for the various attractions. But at the beginning, I wanted to build it a lot of small mountain ridges as possible, and so it looks very interesting, very natural, and like a topographical map. And yeah, so I like the start and the recreation. Yeah, I was very grateful. I can say that on this point, to have a thematic change to my current park building project, and I haven't played and built on a tropical map for a long time. It's so cool to have this change and other biome as well for this moment and for this short project what I planned here on my channel. Yeah, here on the south coast I'm drawing a small beach that I saw on an example map, and I want this beach to later become as a private beach for the guests, where they can enjoy their time out, and the other little beach section on the west coast of the southern plateau is the ferry landing spot. And yeah, okay. And so I want to build the little mountain ridges again. And on this point in the speed build, I tried to create the volcano, and that wasn't so easy anymore. I have taken a few tries because sometimes it was too high or it was too flat, and I still need a bit space for a few other attractions like the Indominus enclosure. And yeah, but for the start is this size should be fine, and please don't judge me. There are probably some of you who can build a better volcano, and I'm not the best, but I think you can see the volcano. This is the Mount Sibo, and yeah, it's still enough for the pre-built landscaping here. And after then I built a western mountain ridge. And it looks so nice, and I like this topographical map effect here. But that isn't the way. We need a recreation of the movie and some attractions like the lagoon, the Gyrosphere Valley, and so on. And this is what we're looking for. And yeah, and I think so. I delete some of the Western Mountain Ridge here also. Then I need more space for the Gyrosphere Valley, but for now I'll draw on the landscape again. I think I can realize it later a little bit better when I build the various attraction hotspots in the process. I mean, as you can see, I drawn some blueprints at a lagoon, but I will delete that later. It was only imagination help for me, and I'll also draw a few areas for the topic areas like the Gallimimus Valley or here the Gyrosphere Valley, and so that I have a real idea where they should go later with all. Yeah, okay, enough with my terrible English, but I hope you liked the first pre-built episode here, and I hope you enjoyed the first look, and you are also curious, like me, about the upcoming episodes for the next time. And I'll start in the first episode with the port and landing bridge next weekend. After all, the guest needs an arriving point by ferry, and that's movie-like. And so we need also a ferry and a landing point entrance. Yeah, already I placed the iconic Jurassic World gate, what you can see, where we can also drive through with the monorail train later in the first episode. And you saw very briefly that I had already placed a few buildings. That was just for the size ratio, so I can really imagine what it will look like later. Unfortunately, I won't be able to arrange everything the way it is in the original. I have to find a good balance between proper arrangement and available space. And I will be a short project to overbridge the time to the next DLC, and I'm so excited to see what it is. Is it a flying reptile or a herbivore prey pack? I don't know. But I think we know more in the next few weeks. And yeah, and so what I can say again, but I can tell you I'm going to struggle pretty hard at the lagoon part. It was fun to find a sensible arrangement, but well, you see this a lot more about in the upcoming episodes. And if you would like to support me with my project, I would be very happy about it. And please leave me a comment or a like, or even both. And if you have any ideas, wishes, or suggestions, I hate this tongue breaker word, suggestions. You are also very welcome to write me, and I'm looking forward to build this little mini Nublar again. And thanks for watching, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the Sunday. Stay healthy, and if you don't want to miss the first episode, feel free to follow me on my channel and see you then. Bye bye.